So the reason why people want to take on this challenge is quite simply, life can be very boring. And if you're a business owner, a CEO, an MD, what have you done recently that's challenged you? What have you done recently that's really put you to the sword?
Getting across 70 kilometres isn't going to be easy, but doing it and with a map and compass is on another level.
You know, running 10K is great, running marathons great, but that's all in a group environment. When was the last time you just stood there and looked around and thought, I'm on my own and there's no one coming to save me, and if I don't make a decision, I'm going to fail? I
have no idea about the route. I mean, I'm guessing that I'm going to start from here, but I don't even know if that's actually true. So yeah, I know nothing about the route at all. It's a bit interesting, this, isn't it?
Welcome to the start of Looms Survivor. Finish point, Thor's Cave near Wetting.
Let's go!
Chris, you are the Looms Survivor, mate. See you later. So the limited information about the event is crucial to the event, because my view of this is like this. You go into the office, your business on Monday, and you think you've got a day planned, and then all of a sudden things happen, things change, and the day you had planned isn't the day you're now doing. How adaptable are you? How quickly can you switch? How quickly can you tempo it? How quickly can you get things going? So the more training you do, you get snippets about the event, but ultimately you don't find out until where you're going until the day of the event, and then you don't find out where you're starting or finishing until the morning of the event. That takes a lot of broad shoulders, because again, there's a lot of people out there who say they're great at navigating, and they say they're great at this and they say they're great at that, but again, you're only as great as your phone with the map app on it. And then when that gets taken away from you, we find out.
So Looms Survivor started now. A bit of chaos at the start because the maps didn't overlap, so I was trying to make a plan, and because it's not like I read maps all the time, an overlap would have been nice. Anyway, we adapt, we overcome, so I've made a plan. I'm just under a cane. Glorious views.
It becomes a deeply powerful event for them, and what they get out of it is a true, honest look at themselves as individuals to see if they are that great leader that they have on their LinkedIn profiles. It's very easy to write great problem solver, great mindset, physically fit, robust. These are all great things to write, but how do you test that? Well, you test that on an event like this. So what they get out of it is they find out exactly where they are on that scale. And then once they finish and they're over the moon and they're elated, they can review their own performance, because as a leader, you should be reviewing your own performance and thinking, where did I wing it? Where did I get lucky? If I was to do it again, I'd need to work on that in particular skill.
If you get lost, you've got to be able to control those emotions and figure out where you went wrong and get back on track. Especially in the darkness, if you're not resilient enough, I can imagine that causing a lot of chaos.
To become great in business or to become a great leader, you've got to do things individually. And it's powerful to have a team, but you know, if you think about the great leaders that's ever been, they make decisions in their own mind and at their own pace. So I believe that the power comes from the individual, but also having the ability to go on an event like this and allow yourself to be vulnerable and draw on your experiences.
I'm under no illusions of how hard it's going to be. Like, I think it's going to be very difficult. I feel physically fit, I'm mentally fit, but I know that there's going to be moments where I'm going to be feeling tired. It's just about being able to be resilient enough to keep going through the tough moments, whether it's my body wanting to have a rest or my mind starting to get chaotic. I've just got to get through it. After the first 6-7K, kind of question yourself a little bit. Once you start realising that you've been making the right decisions, the confidence starts kicking in, self-belief starts kicking in, thinking, yeah, no, I know what I'm doing, I can handle this. Things are going well at the minute. Long may it continue.
This event isn't just a bimble out in the hills. This event will really test you. It really tested me, and it really asked me powerful questions about how I dealt with my dad's passing, because I had that much time alone. There was no more places to hide. There was no apps, there was no emails, there was no phone calls, there was no website, there was no external noise. And there was time where I had nothing but 3 or 4 hours of silence. And when you've got that level of silence, you do get asked powerful questions, and powerful questions have powerful answers. Problem is, do you want to hear the answer? And Lone Survivor, there's a really, really good chance that you're going to hear the answer. So I would say to people, this is the event that will test you on a physical and mental and emotional level. And to get all 3 of those things in play on one event is a very, very different thing.
I've got about 1.5 kilometres to the finish line. To be fair, I haven't stopped. I think I'm going to beat the darkness. I've just literally ploughed through and ploughed through, which looks like it might have worked in my favour, and potentially might have got me around the chaos of the darkness. But we'll see. Could turn dark really quickly. Nearly over. Legs are in agony. Got blisters on the bottom of my feet that are absolutely knacking. Toes are knacking. But it's been getting smashed. Come on.
Victory! Yeah! Well done, man. Well done. Proud of you. Lone Survivor is pass or fail. I'm not. Well done, you attempted it. Fair enough. But if you don't get from A to B within the time limit, you will fail, and I'll ask people this. When was that ever on the cards? It's a lot of learning and failure, but have you got the personal development to attempt something where you could fail? If you think you can take on Lone Survivor, I look forward to reading your application form.